Hello, my little darlings. How are you? I hope you've been having a nice time. It's a very cozy day here in Pambula Beach. It's raining and it's a bit cold and it's all cozy to be inside. I thought it was a good day to read you the rest of the chapter of Marge in Charge. So welcome to Grandma from Pambula's YouTube. I hope you like the story. So, the story so far was that Marge had come to babysit and she was also babysitting the kid's little cousin, who by the sounds of it gets up to some pretty interesting mischief. So I think Marge was about to look at the rules. I don't know how my aunt will feel about this, but Marge is in charge. Rule number 1, Zara needs a bottle of milk, not rum. She's not allowed rum until she is a fully grown pirate. Oh, that's right. Marge thinks that all babies are like pirates. Which maybe there's some truth in that. Rule 2, pirate babies need games to entertain them, treasure to play with, and lots of cuddles. Pirates love to snuggle babies, Marge explains. When your job is being scary at sea all day long, there is nothing more soothing than singing sweet lullabies at night. Jake looks at Zara and I can see his face soften. He moves over to the pram to give her a cuddle. But my baby cousin has other ideas. Yank! Zara grabs Jakey's hair and she tugs hard. Stupid short legs, Jakey hollers. Uh-oh, that was a bit rude of him. Mummy would not like him calling Zara stupid short legs. But Marge continues with her pirate code. Rule number 3. No rude words unless we are in a battle at sea and your parrot poops on your shoulder. She winks at me. Are we all on board, my hearties? Says Marge. We both nod. I can tell Jake is imagining himself in a dangerous battle at sea. Marge won't have to put a point on the chart if Jakey sticks to the code. Then you're ready for your pirate names. Rule 4. All shipmates need a pirate name. Jakey sticks his tongue out at Zara. Her name can be Captain Fat Thighs. Zara does not look pleased with that name. She is beginning to look upset. Or Blackbeard, suggests Marge to cheer her up. But it doesn't work. Zara's face is now the colour of a ripe tomato. What about Captain Purplebow? I offer. But it is too late. Zara starts to sob. The sound of an ambulance siren begins again. Wah! Wah! Oh, Zara. Marge takes Archie's paws and tries a silly dance to cheer her up, but it isn't working. Whoa! 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 Then I remember Marge's pirate code. Zara must want her bottle. I reach for one in her nappy bag. Zara stops crying when she sees it. Marge pats my shoulder in relief. Zara takes the bottle from me. Whee! With a toothy grin, she throws it. We all duck our heads as it flies across the garden and whizzes through the open door and rolls into our house. Is our cousin a super baby? Jakey looks impressed, like the time I accidentally exploded our homemade volcano on Daddy's work papers. Did I show you? Yes, I showed you that picture. Pirate babies love to throw things, Marge says. Part of my job as a pirate nanny was collecting all the treasure that was tossed around the ship. The other part was only allowing babies to play with the blunt cutlasses. A cutlass is a real sword and very dangerous, she explains. Wahoo! Zara is crying again. She has climbed out of her pram and crawled inside the house and is pointing under the sofa. Her bottle is trapped beneath it. Jakey looks worried. Daddy says the sofa is too heavy to move. That's why he couldn't get my silver whistle. I bet it's not impossible to move the sofa. I know for a fact that Daddy had had enough of Jakey screeching on that whistle all the time. We poke our heads under the sofa and Jakey tries using his tennis racket, but it doesn't reach the bottle. I am doing my best to blow it out like the wolf from the Three Little Pigs, but my lungs aren't strong enough. Marge plops Zara on Daddy's chair and hitches up her skirts, revealing her skinny little legs. They're skinny as toothpicks. Shiver me timbers, she says determinedly, and using the hook end of her umbrella, she manages to scoop the bottle out. Can you see them all trying to get the bottle out from under the couch? We high-five our pirate Nanny and then we look back at Zara. Uh-oh, Zara has gone. She wasn't on Daddy's chair just a moment ago. Pirate babies also love to play hide and seek, Marge tells us. Once I found 15 babies hiding in a pile of cannonballs. Sally and Mummy will not be happy if we can't find our little cousin. We hunt around the living room. No Zara. We search Daddy's office. No Zara. We look in the kitchen and behind the curtains. No Zara. I'm starting to panic. And what are these patches of water on the carpet? There is a trail leading from the room like the one our pet snails, Bill and Bob, leave, but the trail is much, much bigger. She must be teething, Marge explains. When babies have teeth coming through, they dribble a lot of goo. Ugh. Follow that drool, cries Jakey. We follow the trail of little puddles along the hallway. The largest one is just outside the coat closet. Marge's hands are on her hips. The trail ends here. There's a snail and there's the trail going all the way. A bit like your game, Miller. A trail going all the way. Phew, we have found her. Gotcha! Jakey opens the door and we discover Zara hiding in the coats, hugging my Wellington boots. I wave her bottle. Is she hungry? But she grins cheekily and she skedaddles down the hall. Jakey lunges for her, but she darts between his legs. This pirate baby is faster than a squirrel sneaking a nut. Marge dives to tackle her, but naughty Zara sinks her teeth into Marge's outstretched finger. Uh-oh. Ow! I shall never play the harp again. Marge gasps in pain. You see? There's her sore finger where Zara has bitten it. We watch in shock as my baby cousin wiggles and giggles through the living room. Her purple bow flies behind her like a small cape. Tug, she pulls all the magazines off the coffee table. Smash, she throws the TV remote control across the room. Rip, she tears Daddy's newspaper in half. She doesn't want her bottle. She's scampering very fast and creating so much mischief. Capture that sea robber, Jakey orders, jumping onto the sofa and waving his tennis racket like it's a sword. Capture me a plaster, Marge moans, holding out her bitten finger. She wants a band-aid. Zara is now quickly crawling up the stairs. I try to grab her leg, but she squirms free, slipping around the banister and into our bedroom. I am panting as I reach the doorway. Don't knock over my... Before I can finish the sentence, disaster strikes. The castle that I have built out of magnetic tiles and filled with all my princess figurines has been smashed over. It took me hours to build it. I am so mad I could scream. Oh! Zara turns to me with a smirk. Oh boy, me matey. Marge snatches up Zara into her arms. Oh no, look at Jemima's tower. It got knocked over. I think Jemima looks a little bit sad about that. And at last, Marge has caught that little cheeky baby. Jake is now inside our room too and shaking his head in wonder. That pirate baby is very naughty and so fast, taking in my broken castle, but he doesn't say any rude words. Good on Jakey. I am not having a fun time anymore. Zara is ruining my day with Marge, not to mention the mess she has made that I will have to clean up. Jakey hates tidying and always comes up with excuses for why he can't do it, like the time he was temporarily blind from watching too much TV. Sure. I stomp downstairs with my arms crossed. I'm going to scoot in the driveway, I huff. Wait, Jemima, please, will you feed the baby? Young buccaneers are the best at bottle duties, calls out Marge. Jemima doesn't really want to feed the baby. She's feeling a bit cross and sad. Zara turns and looks at me with her big eyes. I skulk over and I sit on the sofa with my baby cousin. She nestles into my arms and she looks up at me as she drinks her bottle. I open the jar of applesauce too in case she wants that after her milk. I find myself stroking her hair. It feels soft. She is peaceful and gentle, and I am not grumpy anymore. Babies can do that to you. Just as I think I am happy and I'm thinking all sorts of loving thoughts, Zara tips the apple juice splat over my head, and it drips all down my face. It's dripping down my hair and into my eyebrows. I am covered in baby food. I taste it. Scrum diddly-umptious, I say, trying to lick my own face like a cat. And you see the applesauce dribbling down Jemima's face and her tongue out, trying to get a taste. I pass Zara back to Marge and I wipe my face. At least now Zara is yawning and rubbing her eyes. She must need a nap, so Jakey and I help by fetching a blanket and closing the curtains. Once we have grabbed a snack from the kitchen, we take our scooters outside so Marge and Zara can have some peace and quiet. After 6 races with Jakey, I win 2 and a cheese sandwich each. We are bored and we creep back inside. Oh no! There, curled up asleep in the pram, sucking on a dummy, is Marge. Wide awake and sitting cross-legged on the sofa is baby Zara. I can't believe that our grown-up babysitter has fallen asleep inside a baby's pram. It's one thing being the same height as a child, but quite another stealing a baby's bed. Wake up! Jakey prizes open one of Marge's eyes, like that. Marge's chest is rising and falling as she snores. I pull the dummy out of her mouth. Marge stirs slightly, but she doesn't wake up. There's Marge asleep in the baby bed. Jemima pulled the dummy out of her mouth, and there's Jakey opening her eye. Now I get the giggles, and Jakey keels over laughing, but it's only when Zara shrieks with delight that Marge opens a sleepy eye. Can I nap for another 3 hours? She asks, yawning. No, I giggle. That tiny bed on wheels is so comfortable. I must get one for Wesley. It would surely cure his insomnia. Marge stretches and tries to get out of the pram, but her bottom gets stuck. We are laughing so hard that our sides ache. Attention pirates, get ready to scrub the decks and let's finish the pirate code. Heave ho! Marge's voice sounds strict, but we can't take her seriously because she has moved into a squatting position to wiggle her bottom free. Jakey and I salute. Aye, aye, Captain. Marge the sleepy. Even Archie joins in, sitting in a line with us. He holds up his paw to our captain, Marge the pirate nanny. And for the first time that day, Zara gives us all a sparkling, happy smile, bubbling up with joy. Finally, Marge frees herself from the pram and gives us our pirate names. We write them on name tags and stick them to our clothes. Jake is Jakey Pants the Fierce. Marge becomes Marge the pirate nanny. Archie looks surprised to be called Salty Sea Dog. Zara drools onto her new captain. Her badge says Captain No Beard. And my pirate name is Long John Jemima. The next part of Marge's pirate code is 5. All shipmates must dress as pirates. I am starting to have fun again as we get busy making our costumes. We find cotton wool, we paint it and tape it to our chin to make hairy, scary beards. I colour mine red to match my hair. I actually look a bit like an old photograph I've seen of Daddy. When he was younger, he had a fluffy red beard. Because I am the best at drawing, I sketch our swords and our eye patches on black card and Marge cuts them out. We even make pirate jewellery out of some of the old buttons from Mummy's sewing kit. Archie looks brave with his beard and hat, but he refuses to wear the small black boots that I cut out for him. Zara has the most terrifying costume because Marge manages to make a hook out of a plastic coat hanger and tucks it into her onesie. She keeps waving her hook hand at us. There they are doing their craft. They've got their eye patches and their beards, and there's baby Zara with her hook hand. Look at the puppy, Archie. Oh, he looks very funny. Then we hear a loud raspberry sound, which is followed by a foul smell in the air. It seems to be coming from Zara. Oh, yuck! It stinks worse than broccoli and smelly socks. Zara points to her nappy with her little hook hand. Captain No Beard did a doo-doo, Jakey complains. Marge looks worried. I wish we had the royal nanny here to help. I've never changed a nappy before. Who changed the nappies at sea, I ask. Jakey is now holding his nose. Poop Patrol Pete was in charge of Code Brown. He used his eye patch to cover his nose, Marge explains. I have changed lots of nappies on my dollies, and I did promise Mummy I would help Marge today. Ugh, I glance at Jakey, and I know he's thinking the same as me. We both love having Marge to look after us, even if it means we have to look after her a bit sometimes too. Don't worry, Captain. We will do it. I pat her shoulder reassuringly. Oh, phew. Good work, my hearties. Marge the pirate nanny salutes us gratefully. She moves to the far side of the room where she opens her umbrella and she hides behind it. Archie's tail is in between his legs. Pooey! Shouts Jake as I take the dirty nappy off. I haven't smelled a poop this stinky since my gorilla Edwina overdid it on the cauliflower cheese, Marge confides from behind the umbrella. Jakey and I make a great team. He pulls faces at Zara to keep her calm, and because it smells so yucky, while I change her, we must look so funny to Zara, a pair of fierce scallywag pirates changing her nappy. Yahoo! Zara points her hook hand at me and Jakey when we have finished. That means she likes us, Jakey says. I hope this means less biting and tipping things over us in the future, I say. As we're washing and drying our hands, I remember how sleepy Zara was earlier. Is there anything in the pirate code about bedtime for babies? Marge's face lights up. Yes, I forgot. 6. Rule 6, all pirates need a ship deck to sleep on and the waves to rock them to sleep. We are going to build a ship for Zara to sleep in, Marge announces. That will fix her insomnia. We rush around constructing a life-size pirate ship that looks as much as possible like Jakey's Lego one. Zara is happily throwing the ball for Archie. She's very good at it. I'll fetch the sail. Marge is running into the house, her magical hair fanning out behind her. Batten the hatches, I shout. Together we drag an old wooden table under the shade of the oak tree and turn it upside down. Then we put a cardboard box on top of it. I wonder if she's going to go to sleep. We cut windows for the portholes and make an anchor out of Daddy's spanner and a skipping rope. "Ah, she blows!" Jakey pants the fierce cries as he hoists Marge's sail onto a rake propped against the table. It looks a bit like a bed sheet from our parents' room. "Yahoo!" cries Zara, pointing to the mast and sail, which means I hope that she is ready to have a nap. "All right, bedtime, little scallywag," Marge tells her. She takes off Zara's hook and gently lays her on a blanket inside the ship. You can see them making the ship and putting Zara to bed. It looks quite cozy in there. She needs some booty. Jakey runs off. He returns from the house with Pete, his stuffed dinosaur, and gives him to Zara to cuddle. I can't believe it. So baby Zara snuggles Pete and closes her eyes while Marge sings in her warbling cat voice. "We love to sail the seven seas, yo ho ho. A pirate's life for me. The ship's a place for sleeping babies, yo ho ho. A pirate's life for me." Jakey and I tiptoe inside. I start drawing a picture of how I imagine not so jolly Roger to look. I draw his fingers and toes perfectly, and Jakey turns his Lego ship into a treasure chest. After a while we get bored and we sneak back to our ship. Captain No-Beard is finally asleep. But where is Marge? "Marge," I whisper, peeping behind our ship. I don't want to wake that crazy baby. But she doesn't reply. Jakey checks the garden and even inside Zara's pram. We can't see her anywhere. Our babysitter has disappeared. Suddenly I remember that the whole house is a mess. From when Zara ran away from us and before we started creating our wonderful pirate costumes, with all that mess. And what happens when Mummy and Daddy and our auntie come back? Just as I start worrying, we hear a car in the driveway. Uh-oh! There's no time to find Marge now and no time for us to tidy up. I hope Mummy understands that we couldn't do anything on her list because, well, Zara ate the list. And it's been really hard work looking after a pirate baby. "Parents ahoy," I call in my pirate voice. If Marge hears me, she'll know that the grown-ups are now home. As Mummy and Auntie Sally walk towards us smiling, Marge suddenly appears on the other side of the ship where I was just looking just a moment ago. Her pirate beard is gone and all her amazing multicoloured hair is hidden again under her hat. Our pirate Nanny looks just like a regular babysitter again. "Hi, Jemima." Mummy gives me a hug. "You look a bit like Daddy in that beard." Sally gazes at baby Zara dozing sweetly in our pirate ship under the tree. "How was my darling baby?" she asks. Marge was going to make Captain No-Beard scrub the decks, but once we built her a ship, she fell asleep. "Everyone gets outsomnia at sea," Jake informs them. Mummy and Sally laugh, thinking he is being silly, but only if they really knew. "Is that your dinosaur Zara is holding?" Mummy asks in surprise. Jakey shrugs as if it's no big deal. Maybe my little brother is starting to like babies. I think I am too, as I watch Auntie Sally gently picking up Zara and moving her back into the pram. I wish I could give her one last cuddle myself. I sigh as we all head inside, and then I remember the mess that we've left. I'm about to apologise, but when Mummy opens the door, the entire house is spotless. My mouth opens and closes like a goldfish, but no words come out. How is that possible? I look at Marge. Is she magical? How did she manage to tidy up the whole house so quickly? Marge gathers her bag and whispers to me, as shipshape as my shipmates, and she heads to the door. How were the children? Did they behave themselves? Mummy asks, looking at Jake and me expectantly. Marge nods. They followed the pirate code well, especially code brown. She salutes us both in farewell. Goodbye, Long John Jemima and Jakey Pants the Fierce. Only play with the blunt cutlasses and no rude words. Marge winks at Jakey. What code brown? Mummy asks when Marge has gone. When Captain Nobeard did a doo-doo and Jakey and I changed her all by ourselves, I say proudly. Mummy and Sally share a glance. We all look at my baby cousin. "Aww," says Zara in her sleep, just like a real pirate baby dreaming of a bottle. Jakey and I stare at each other in shock. Maybe babies really are pirates at heart. Arr, says baby Zara. Arr. I guess we'll never know. And that's the end of today's story. And the next story is called Marge and the Stolen Treasure. We look forward to that one. I hope you all have a really wonderful day. Grandma loves you so very, very much. I hope you do lots of fun things, make lots of great creations and games, and have stories, and maybe get to watch some of your favourite TV shows. I hope you do. I love you so much. Bye. Thanks for watching Grandma from Pambula. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up.